So everyone asking about the witch, here's your update. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara in case you're new here. And this week I decided to do a Q&A to wrap up the first month of the year. I just have lots of things I guess I want to talk to you guys about. So I figured a Q&A would be the perfect way to do that. And I just want to jump right into it. But if you are new here, definitely hit that subscribe button to join the family. This year we're hitting 1 million. That's the plan. I'm not saying that I want to hit 1 million this year. I'm saying we're hitting it. Like that's happening. We are hitting it in 2020. So definitely subscribe so you can say that you were here before 1 million because that's fun. We're just gonna get into it. So we will start off with some questions surrounding my job because there are some of you that are new and don't really know what my job is. I always hear you saying that you work from home. Are you referring to YouTube or your job? So I find questions like that so funny because it's saying like YouTube is not a job, but it absolutely is. YouTube is a full-time job and I'm so lucky that it is my full-on career. I guess you could say I am a YouTuber, I am a content creator, I am an influencer. I kind of hate that term, but it's becoming more normal now. But I work in the social field, the social media field. I don't know. It is a full-time job. And like full-time to an extent where you don't really have time off because it's one of those things where you have to keep going and if you stop, then the momentum dies and then everything dies. This is bad timing. So yes, when I say I'm working from home, it means I am doing stuff for my job, which is this. And the second question is, what do you actually do when you work? Would be interesting to know. There's 1,000,001 things. It changes every single day what I'm doing exactly, which is kind of fun. So for example, today I am designing a bunch of stuff for my clothing store that will be launching next month, 2 months from now. I'll talk more about that in a bit, but I worked all morning on creating labels and tags and stickers and just a bunch of different aspects of the creative side of the store. I worked on that all morning and then this afternoon I was vlogging. It seems weird to say that's like part of my work because it seems so natural to me now, but it's part of the job. And then I edited a video, got that live, and then I spent around half an hour replying to comments. I had a meeting today and then also I am filming this now and then I'm gonna spend 5 hours editing it tonight. And then there's days where I spend like 2 hours planning the content for the entire month and then I write blog posts. And other things on my list for today is designing more merch and ordering some of the clothes for my store today, which is going to be really time consuming to finalize the designs and get those ordered. There's just every single day is completely different and I get emails all the time of like other tasks that I have to get done that day. Basically, there's always something. I spend a lot of time at home alone because of my job. How do you deal with loneliness? So I'm on the same page. I obviously work from home, so I'm home every single day working here and it can definitely really feel hard sometimes. Like you just feel alone. There's some weeks where you are so busy with work that you don't really go out at all and you feel very like trapped. I wouldn't change what I do for anything in the world. I love my job and I'm so grateful for it, but at the same time it can be really lonely and I so get that. So the days that I feel lonely, I like to go outside. I'll either sit on my balcony and work out there just to like kind of get fresh air, or I'll go to a coffee shop just to be around other human beings. Like if you work in an office, you get to be around people and kind of talk to people throughout the day. Obviously you're not really talking to everyone at the coffee shop, but you're at least seeing people and that helps me a lot. Do you ever wish you had a 9-to-5 job? There are definitely some times where I think about what it would be like and how different my life would be. It's funny because a 9-to-5 is the standard, but I tend to work way longer than 9-to-5. I work from like 8 till 8, honestly. Obviously it changes some days. Some days I'll like just kind of chill for the day and not really work as much, and some days I'll work till like 1 in the morning. But the social concept of a 9-to-5 where you're like around people, that sounds nice, but I love what I do and it's provided me a life that I could never have ever imagined. So no, but yes, but no. Do you ever read the gossip blogs? Fun fact in case you don't know, with being like someone on the internet, there are people out there that like to talk about you. Your life is out there, it can be judged by anybody, and there are gossip forums that I used to get so worked up over in like 2015. That's when it was really bad and I used to like cry reading the pages. But I have grown since then. I do not look at them. I haven't looked in years. I know the difference between my mindset when I used to read them versus now, and God, like people just waste so much of their lives hating people and watching them and hating them and then talking about how much they hate them. Being so distant from that now, I look back and I'm like, wow, I used to get sad about people making judgments and assumptions of my life, but like, what are they doing? You know, like they are spending their time watching me, who they hate, and then talking about me to other strangers on the internet. It's like, dude, that's so sad. The people that feel so passionate about wanting to hate on you on an online forum are just sad people. I just feel so passionately about people that write on forums like that. I just think it's pathetic. But you know, to each their own. If that's a hobby for you, then fantastic. Enjoy. Moving on, we got some random questions. I realize this is a category that it's random, and I don't know why it's a category, but we will speed round these ones and then we'll move into relationship questions because I got lots of those. How did you tell your parents that you were seeing a therapist? I actually didn't tell them. My mom suggested it because I was having many meltdowns leading up to my visa. So she found the therapist for me, gave me her contact info, and then I reached out and they were really happy that I went. How old were you when you started smoking weed and drinking? I think the first time I ever had a drink, I was 15. I was at a party and some guy gave me a water bottle that I thought was full of water, and it was not. It was vodka. It was disgusting. And my first time ever smoking weed was in university. I went to school in Canada and I was 19. Some of my friends in high school would smoke and I was so scared of it, so I just never tried it until I was in my dorm, and my next door dorm mate, I guess, he came over and he made us some brownies and I was tripping. I actually haven't fully filmed. Maybe I'll one day share that. When was the first time you had Chick-fil-A, since they don't have it in Canada? They actually opened up one in Toronto, which is really awesome, so I could get it when I go home. First time I ever had it was in 2016 with Taylor. I went to visit him in Texas and he made me try Chick-fil-A.
I can't believe this is your first time like having Chick-fil-A. Like, that's a big deal. Good stuff.
Very into that actually. And my life has been changed ever since. Do you still talk to Phil? I talk to Phil multiple times a week. People don't realize this because I don't talk about it and they all think that like we're not friends at all anymore. But I talk to him all the time. We even FaceTime at least once a month. Yeah, I'm like fully kept up on his life. He's living in London because unfortunately he got deported, which is why people don't see him anymore. For some reason people don't know that, but yeah, he got deported. So he's living in London, thriving, loving his job, loving his life, and yeah. Why do your parents live at a hotel when they visit you? I also get this a lot. People are for some reason offended that my parents don't stay at my place. I don't have a second bed for them to stay in, and my parents also just really enjoy staying at hotels. They really like, you know, when they come to California to still enjoy it as a trip because they are taking time out of their regular lives, so they enjoy staying at hotels. I've obviously offered my place. I have a blow-up mattress. They just have no interest in staying here. Unless I had like a full-on bed, I don't think they would want to stay here. What is your go-to jewelry that you wear every day? So first off, we have my necklace. This is the Self-Love necklace. It's my merch actually. It's just a gold little bar. I will link it down below. It comes in silver and a dark silver and also rose gold, and then 2 different chain lengths. Mine is the 16-inch chain. I wear it every day. I don't take it off ever, not even in the shower. And then on my left hand, don't mind my nails, I have these 2 rings that I wear every single day. I have a Cartier ring, and then I have this diamond band that Taylor got me. And then this hand, I just have another little Cartier ring. This was the first one I ever got. Can you do a 1-minute recap of your visa situation for new subscribers? So, okay, so let's start with when I first moved to LA. I moved to the US on a student visa. I was going to school here. I went to school for like 2 years. So as soon as I stopped going to school, I got a new visa, which was an O1 visa. It's for people in the entertainment industry. So I had an O1 visa for 3 years. And as that visa was expiring, I applied for it again, and I was told with the new situation in the US, it was going to be a little bit more difficult to get an O1 visa. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to get this visa and it never came through. So then I applied for a 1-year extension on the O1 visa that I already had. So months and months and months went by, I didn't hear anything, and then ended up getting declined. I was not ready for my life in the US to end. I had just bought this place and obviously my entire life is here. So I ended up applying for an e-visa. I did an interview in Toronto at the US consulate talking about my business and how I'm planning on growing it over the next 5 years, and they approved the visa for 5 years. So I now have a 5-year visa and I'm feeling great. Honestly, the best part about this visa is that it allows me to grow my business in a different way, and as long as my business is still, on track, then it gets automatically renewed. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. My worries of getting deported are long gone, and I'm just gonna keep working my ass off so that my visa can just get renewed like that. Last question for the random questions, which I feel like this one could have been in the work questions, but I forgot. When is Imagine It Yours coming out? So in case you guys are not up to date with my socials or my vlogs, you wouldn't know that I am launching a clothing store. Oh, you know what? No one knows this yet. You guys are the first to know. I just realized the vlog where I'm talking about it goes up the day after this goes live. So in case you didn't know, I am launching a clothing store. It's called Imagine It Yours. I'm so excited. It's something that I've always dreamt of doing, but just never thought would be possible. I just didn't know how the heck you create a clothing store, but it's happening. It's going to be launching in March. There's just a million and one things that I've been working on. It's so funny. I touched on that a little bit earlier and you guys had no idea what I was talking about because I have not said what Imagine Yours is. So I'm sorry for the confusion. Here we are. If you guys are interested in more details, I will link the vlog down below when it goes live, so look out for that. But yeah, so the answer is March. Okay, questions about my relationship. There are lots of them. What was the biggest reason for you and Tay to get back together? I wouldn't say there was a reason necessarily. I got together and the minute I was with him again, it just kind of felt like, I didn't even want to admit it to myself, but I was like, wow. I don't know, I couldn't help it. I just really enjoyed being around him and being around him again after so many months of like not talking to him at all. It was just so weird. And I denied the feelings in my head for a minute because I just didn't want to be the person to like get back with their ex. And now it's a year later and we're still chilling. Love that for us. What is Tay-Tay's job? So one of the reasons why we broke up is I felt like I was the only one working, and even though he had things that he was doing, I was really the only one with the job, and I just want to be with someone that is equally as motivated as I am and has like goals in life. So when we broke up, he got a job and he loves it. He's doing so well there. And people ask me all the time, what does he do? He has a 9-to-5 job. He works in Venice, which is so beautiful. He literally has the beach right there next to him. And just to like kind of make it brief, because I don't want to, it's like not my thing to talk about, but he works at a marketing company, so. Are you and Taylor the same age? Yes, as of right now, we are the same age. He's like 4 months older than me, but we're both 25. Will Taylor eventually move in? I would assume so. His lease is gonna be ending in the next couple months, and so we're gonna talk about it then, but I would assume yes. We've been together for a long time, and we've been back together for almost a year now, so it just kind of makes sense. And he basically lives here already. Like, he is here every single day. I don't know the last time he slept at his own place. Definitely sometime in December, I think, when I was away. But he lives here now, just without the official, like, he lives here. Did you for real date anyone after you and Taylor broke up and not tell the vlog? So I didn't like for real date anyone, but there was one guy that I saw a little bit more often. He was a nice guy, but then there were just some weird things that really threw me off every time he spoke, and he was a really horrible kisser. What did you and Taylor get each other for Christmas? We each got each other like one big thing and then like little things to go with it. He got me a Gucci belt bag for Christmas, which I could not believe. It's a beautiful bag. I'm very excited about it. And then I got him the Nintendo Switch. Okay, last question in the relationship category. We have, do you think if you and Taylor got married, you'd live in your new home or move? Well, I don't predict us getting married anytime soon, but I do think we would still be living here. It's too bright. Guys, I'm sorry about the lighting. It's changing outside and I just don't want to keep getting up, but I'm gonna do it because it's gonna bother me. Yeah, I do think that we would be living here for like maybe a year or two. I don't know, it really depends on when we get married. Moving on to the home category. I get lots of questions about my home, so let's do it. Any regrets with the reno? I have no regrets about any of the renovations. The only thing, this is so minor and I don't think anyone would ever think about this, I wish that I had done more research into backsplash for the kitchen. And these are things that I kind of picked up on having done renovations, and like now I know more, but I just wish that I had looked up different tile companies instead of just going with what the contractor suggested, because I found a lot of cool backsplashes online that I really, really would have loved. But now I know, so whenever I do something with tile again, I will definitely be looking more into it. That's not to say that I don't like my backsplash in the kitchen, it could have been better. Are you gonna do a full house tour when you're done decorating and remodeling? Absolutely. It's already funny to look back at the original empty house tour that I had done when I first moved in and seeing how much has changed just in the last 6 months. I'll link that video up in the top here if you guys want to watch it and see what it looked like when I first got it. But yeah, I'll definitely do a full house tour when it's done. Are you gonna be changing the railing of your stairs or keep it that way? I'm cool with them black. As soon as I painted them black, I was fine with it. Obviously, they're not like the coolest railings ever, but I just don't think it makes sense for me to expense it. I don't think it's gonna change the value of my home, but it wasn't even something I was really thinking about. Where do you get your furniture ideas from? I get all of my ideas from Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I'm gonna link my Pinterest down below. Definitely go follow me. I pin every single day. It's one of my favorite things to do. And it's also the reason why I have a home decor addiction. I just see so many cute things and I just wanna buy them immediately. And when you buy online, it's just like a click, 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 and you don't feel like you're spending money. So it's become really bad. Do you still have problems with The Witch? I, to this day, get so many questions asking for updates on The Witch. In case you don't know about The Witch, again, I will link it up here if you want to watch. I have 3 videos on it because there were just so many things happening. So to answer that question for all of you that are asking about her, so my boyfriend and I go on walks every single morning around the neighborhood, and we happen to pass by her house every single day. And she's usually standing out there looking into people's cars or just looking at people outside. I don't know. We tend to cross the street, so we don't have to be walking right by her house. But we see her, and then I also saw her when I was filming my last video, my closet clean out. I was obviously like putting things away, and I turned around and saw she was right at the fence just watching me as I was putting things away. And as soon as I saw her, I literally jumped off the ground because I was so startled, and I ran away. And then I came back to see if she was still there, and she had run away. I went downstairs because I was too uncomfortable in my bedroom at that point, which is so sad. And my curtains had fell, so I couldn't just close the curtains. I was downstairs and I was looking through one of my windows down there up at her, and I saw she kept like trying to peek to see if I was still in there or not, and I did not love that. So I immediately contacted my contractor being like, hey, let's just get this started immediately, like let's fix this fence situation. And he's currently doing a project for my next door neighbor, so as soon as he's done with her, he's going to put up the fence, which should hopefully be in the next 2 weeks. If you want to see the fence go up, I will vlog that and put it on my vlog channel, so definitely subscribe over there. And that is the witch update. Last question for my housing stuff. That might be the last question of all. Yes. Last question is a very random one. I don't know how we're ending here, but we are. What made you change your mind about getting a table? In case you didn't know, I was very anti getting like a dining room table, and then I ended up getting one. I originally didn't want one because I had one in my old apartment and I never sat at it ever. So I was like, I don't really need one. And also the living room space was just kind of awkward. Like I didn't know how to work it. And in the layout that I had picked, there wasn't really room for a dining room table, but then I ended up moving things around, and then there was a whole empty space that I was like, oh, maybe we could fit a table here, and so I got a table, and I love it. I'm really happy I got one. But that is it. This is probably the longest Q&A ever. I don't know, but I've been sitting here for a good 45 minutes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. If you did, let me know in the comments what you learned that was new and you didn't know. But yeah, that is where we're gonna close off this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Tuesday with my next video. Bye. See ya.